what sort of things does that win do for the footy club?
Oh, look, it was a really important game for us, obviously, and to get us back to 4-4 after the disappointment of the week before, it was a huge game for us, a big build-up, and it was great to get a result from it.
Before you guys went away on the bye, Daniel Talia said that if you could swear the season at 4-4, anything was possible. How long is it before you guys would be confident enough to sort of say that you're back on track?
Oh, look, we've still got a lot of things to work on. The positive from the weekend was we played 4 quarters of that intense footy that we've been trying to play, and I guess the first 7 or 8 weeks of the year we've tried to do that, but we haven't been able to do it for 4 quarters. So that was the most pleasing thing from the weekend. We still got to bring that every week, and it's only one game, and we have to, I guess, build from it now, and it won't mean too much unless we continue that form on. So we certainly think when we play our best footy, we can match anyone. And I guess the trick for us is to have that consistency and play like that every week.
Is that why, like in the build-up to the game or after the game, why you were able to play that consistent 4 quarters?
Oh, look, we've been working really hard to try and do it, and I guess on the weekend we executed it. We still made mistakes, we still made errors. It was a high-pressure game, so it wasn't perfect, but we kept ourselves in the game, and we didn't get scored against heavily, which is what we've been doing in the past. So to keep Collingwood to 55 points, I think it was probably the most pleasing aspect of the night. And if we continue to do that, we think we can score. We think we got a lot of options going forward. It's just we've got to make sure we keep teams to the low scores, which we did on the weekend.
David, you said before the season that after last season, this year was a chance to make amends for that. I mean, how do you feel you've got on sitting at 4-4 at the moment?
Well, as I said, we still got plenty of work to do, and we certainly feel like we're getting things right for periods of time, but we're just not getting it for 4 quarters. And as I said, the weekend was a great step to hopefully rectify that. We're under no illusions. We've got plenty of work to do. Where we sit at the moment, we're not happy with where we sit. We need to keep winning and playing better footy. So in terms of rectifying things from last year, I don't know whether we're only 8 games in. We still got plenty of time to go, and we got a lot of work to do and a lot of ground to make up on some of the top teams. That's for sure.
Though there's such a big build up to that game, and you had extra time to prepare for it. That's not going to be the case week by week. So how do you go about bringing, especially that tackling pressure and so on that you managed there? How do you bring that week by week?
Oh, look, playing like we did on the weekend, I think builds a lot of belief within the group. We had 10 days to stew over a really poor performance, so I guess this week is a bit of a different challenge. We've still got a decent break going Thursday to Sunday, but I think we're sort of getting back to playing that consistent 4-quarter effort, which is what we need. And I think if we have that, we can match a lot of sides. I guess the first 3 rounds of the year we played in really patchy. We played 2 or 3 quarters here or there, and it's just not good enough against the good teams. And even against the Demons, we played a great second half, but our first half was probably the worst footy we played all year, and we see we can't come back from that and win. So it's just crucial that we keep working on that consistency and get that intensity for a whole game and continue that week by week. If we can do that, we'll give ourselves every chance.
Is it all mindset, David? It just seems that when you're on, and you just got to avoid being off like you were against Melbourne.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit does come down to mindset and how guys prepare, and we've done a lot of work on that. We've had a lot of reviews and trying to work out how we can get better at that, and I think we're taking small steps to do that. It's not something that's going to change overnight, and we still have a relatively young squad, so consistency is always going to be the battle, and I think on the weekend we took a step in the right direction to improve that and get it where it needs to be.
Do you think you can bottle that manic pressure that you brought and continue to bring it like you did Thursday? Yeah,
well, that's the key for us going forward. Trying to do that, we saw the fruits of what we've been working on Thursday night, but that's something we've been working on all pre-season, the first 8 rounds. It's just it's not something that just happens. You have to work at it, you have to improve it, and as I said, we have a young squad, so they're learning all the time the best way to deal with it, the best way to prepare for games, and as I said, I think we're, as long as we keep improving, I think we'll be right.
And the best way to do that is to go into a defensive mindset, as you said. If you go into that attitude, bottle it up, and you're confident you've got enough classy players to still kick the winning score.
Yeah, I think our attack's been really good this year. We haven't had too many issues scoring. It's just been when we've lost the momentum in games, the opposition have scored pretty easily against us, and that's been the area that's really let us down all year. So I think if we can rectify that, have the effort that we had on the weekend in that regard defensively, I think we're in a pretty good shape with our attack.
How important is it to back up the great win against Collingwood, against Carlton this week, and then finally get a positive win-loss rate and record? Yeah, look, every game from now on is really big for us. We don't have the luxury of putting in poor performances, because we're obviously at 4-4, pretty delicately balanced. We got to make sure that we're keeping ahead of that ledger all the time, and the boys and the coaching staff are well aware of that, so we're going to try and do that. And having Tex back, giving everyone a real boost, the players.
Yeah, look, it was great to have him back, and I think his performance was, apart from a couple of little areas in the first quarter where he fumbled it and that, apart from that, he was great, and he gives our forward line so much, and just his presence on the field, he takes a quality defender. They're always, I guess, looking out for where he is. But it wasn't only Tex, obviously, to have Benny Rutten back, Richie Douglas, key players for us. It gives that experience, that composure, and to have those boys back was really handy for us.
Brent Riley getting dropped, did that echo with the rest of the group?
Oh, look, the boys were pretty shattered for Radar. It's a tough part of the industry, I guess, and if we have the performance we had against Melbourne, things like that inevitably happen. And Radar's a quality person, he's a great character, and I think it won't be long till we see him back, and just knowing the person he is, I think he'll take all the steps he needs to do to get back and playing well for us.
Is it a broad message though? I mean, did you personally think look, no one's safe here, there's no goal passes or whatever? Yeah, I think everyone takes that takes a bit of feeling of you need to keep your own backyard tight. You need to be playing well. You need to be in form, and that's the reality of the game. If you're not in form and you continually, I guess, can't get back in form, something has to give. So, as I said, Radar's a quality person. I've got no doubt he'll be back very soon.
Tex Walker returned to the MCG against Carlton, ironically, almost 12 months after he did the knee. How will there be any mental demons for him, back to the sort of scene of the crime, so to speak? No, I don't think so. Tex has done so much work, and it's incredible the amount of work he's done over the last 12 months to get himself not only physically right but mentally prepared to play AFL footy again. And he's done so much work to make sure that he's got every confidence that it's not going to happen again, and that he can get back to how he was playing before he did it. So it's a credit to him, and we're just really looking forward to seeing how it goes in the rest of the year.
His body is becoming a weekly story for us. Any issues with that finger?
Nah, I don't think so. It takes a freight train to stop danger, so no, he'll be right, I'm sure.
And Ricky Henderson, we saw him out there. How nice is it to see him back up and running?
Yeah, look, Hendo's up and about, and he's I think a few weeks away from getting back, and that's going to be a real bonus for us. He's a quality player for us. He's really important to us, the way we structure up, and he's going to give us that real speed and I guess that extra defender who can take the game on, give us a bit of run and carry it from back there. So really exciting to get Rick back, hopefully in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'd imagine.
David, just at the end of last season, your name was linked with a move to Brisbane. They're obviously really struggling at the moment, so you're pretty glad that move didn't go ahead. Oh, look,
I was never, I love playing footy here, and it was never something that ever crossed my mind not playing here. So I can't comment on what's happening with them, but very happy playing here. Crows fan but not a member? You can join the club from just $25 for a junior member and $50 for an adult. Find out more at 19thman.com.au.